So in today's video, I'm going to use a mix to mold ceramic resin to make a silicone mold, much like this smaller version. There are instructions on the back that you can follow. I kind of follow my intuition, but you could also follow the instructions on the back of this package. And you can also use cement as well. So here are the silicone molds I'm going to use. I'm going to make 3 different types. In order to mix the mold, I'm going to use this bowl here. Here is a measuring cup. It's 1/3 of a cup that I'm going to use to measure out the water that I have. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's 1/3 of a cup. And this is optional, but this is just some stained glass and some coloring that I have to kind of decorate the coasters or the trays that we're gonna make. So to start it off, my Mix It to Mold ceramic resin package came with a little scooper to measure out some of the contents in the package. It also came with a little card to show you the different ways that you could decorate your coasters if you want. And I'm going to use this scooper to scoop out some of the mix into my little bowl. So here I'm just going to scoop out, I think about 2 scoops to half of a 1/3 cup of water. So I think I used about 1/6 of a cup of water to 2 scoops, and it was still a little runny for me, so I just kept adding until I got a consistency that was kind of like peanut butter after you mix it in the jar. So here I'm just adding my water to my measuring cup, and then I'm just gonna pour a little bit at a time. And then I'm just going to mix. So it was a little too runny for me. So I just kept adjusting the mix until I got that peanut butter consistency. If you're using concrete, I think the rule of thumb is either a 2-to-1 ratio in terms of concrete. So maybe if you use 2 cups of concrete and 1 cup of water. And if that's still a little too runny, then you can push it up to 3 cups of concrete and 1 cup of water. Now, if the measurements are just throwing you off, what you can do instead is you could eyeball it until you get a peanut butter consistency, so you can add whatever mix you would like, whether it is a ceramic resin mix or a concrete mix, or even a plaster mix, and just add a little bit of water at a time until you get a peanut butter consistency, something that is a little smooth but thick enough to hold a shape once it dries. So this is the consistency that made me go, ooh la la, that's what we're looking for. So now I'm going to pour it into the first mold. In the first mold, I made no alterations. I just did the ceramic resin by itself. Once I pour this specific resin, the instructions said to leave it to dry for 60 minutes. So I'm going to leave that one to dry. I'm going to start on the next mix. So I'm going to repeat the process and just mix the ceramic resin with a little water at a time until I get that peanut butter consistency. And then I'm going to add in a little coloring. So I wanted to try to get the marbling effect, but I realized that I didn't add enough dots. And the yellow was very, very light. So I'm not sure how they got it so dark. Maybe next time I shouldn't mix a whole batch at once. but yeah, I didn't really get what I was looking for. So for the marbling effect, you're just supposed to mix lightly, not mix all the way, because you don't want the color to thoroughly mix in with the resin. You just want it to leave little streaks. So this yellow was incredibly light and you could not see the marbling effect, but that's okay. So I added it anyway, and I'm going to leave that one to dry for an hour in order to get any air bubbles out and to get an even layer on the bottom. Just lightly tap the sides of your silicone mold until your contents kind of spread out evenly and looks very smooth. Now for the last one, I wanted to put some stained glass in there, but my phone storage unfortunately was too full, so I had to just put it lightly on the top and the bottom. I didn't have to mix it in or anything. And these were the finished results that I got. So I hope that this video was helpful. For this one, you have to sand it down just a little bit to see more of the stained glass, but I ran out of storage, so I couldn't show it. So I hope it helps. Thank you. Bye.